How did you get Stephen A. Smith to keep shouting you guys and 105.3 The Fan out on First Take? Because like it's one thing for him to say something about Dallas sports radio, but he always makes a point to say 105.3 The Fan specifically, which is pretty cool.
It is. That's very, very, very cool. To me, there's a lot of people who don't like Stephen A. My boss may think that we play Stephen A. sometimes too much in the national shows, but to me, it's freaking cool. That happened with It may have been right before, right after First Take brought their show to Frisco at the Star, and then I asked Jerry. I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? I'm like another. Sometimes I do these things knowing once I realize First Take and all these networks are spying on this interview and they're playing it all at 9. I'm like, maybe let me throw out a little piece of bait here for Jerry to say something about Stephen A. or have a funny line, and then First Take will play that from our show. So after it happened the first time, I'm like, hell yeah, it worked, hook, line, and sinker. And I think because it was personalized, he decided to give us a shout out of the fan, right? Talk about the station.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember the second follow-up, but I think it was Stephen A's way of trying to talk to Jerry on our show. Where he's like, I'll come on and I'll defend this and do that. And then Stephen A came on the show. That was huge. That blew everyone away. Increased his likability factor big time with Cowboy fans because we realized the TV game that he has to play.
The shtick that he has.
And then I tried it the other week. I was like, I'm going to get us mentioned on there again because Stephen A had like called us out. And I'm like, I'm going to bait Jerry one more time to say something about Stephen A, which he did. He gave a phenomenal quote. I raced home. I ran home. I turned on the TV. I'm like, we're going to get mentioned. He's going to talk about Shan and RJ again, blah, blah, blah. We're going to get him back on. And they just blew right over. I was effing crushed. I was devastated. That was my media ego. It was smothered right there. And I'm like, screw that. Because Stephen A his offer was to come on while Jerry was on. And I was like, no, like, I'm not letting you interview Jerry Jones in our weekly spot. What do I get out of it? You get to talk to Jerry. Jerry's obviously not going on your TV show. I'm not, so let's publicly negotiate to create some more traction, some more attention, some more hits, some more likes. But that one, it did not give me the satisfaction the first one did. So I'm done with that now.
Were you surprised that he did actually come on after that you did get him?
Yes. Big time surprise. Because I think he was talking, I already cursed once. I'm allowed to fully curse, right?
Yeah.
He was talking shit, like, if you want to, reel someone to hold his feet to the fire, and then 105 through the fan. So we're like, let's play this up. Our producer, we got his number. Our producer sent him a text. He was cool as hell. He came on like 30 minutes before he was supposed to go on his own show. So we were stunned. We were pretty surprised and came across really liking him after that.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. What was your opinion of Stephen A and First Take before you guys got that shout out, and then what's your opinion after? Now that not only did you get the shout out, but he has came on the show too, and continues to. I think even just a couple weeks ago he mentioned 105.3 The Fan too. It was pretty recently.
Well, my opinion of Steve, this is gonna sound jaded, or it's going to sound biased because he came on. I've always called out I call it First Fake. I've always called out these shows, and Skip Bayless is the worst, the biggest poisonous, toxic, awful impact on my profession, and I can't wait to see him go and be off the air. But he does have to get credit for the way these networks built all this with putting up actors. You have to hate the Cowboys. You have to love the Cowboys. You have to hate LeBron. You have to love LeBron. You got to hate Mayweather. You got to love the Lakers. All the shit. It's all obviously fake and it's bullshit. And it makes it hard to believe and listen to, right? I feel like Stephen A's show has become more genuine, in my opinion. after he came on, yes, I knew he was doing a fake cowboy act, but he was genuine and kind of taking us behind the curtain a little bit. I gained respect for him kind of admitting the game a little bit, or you know what I mean? Like he took us behind the curtain, and it's like, okay, he's saying now. The other day he did it in talking about Micah Parsons and Josh Allen and Dak. He said,
Yeah.
"You know why we don't freaking talk about Josh Allen? No one gives a." He basically said, "No one gives a fuck about Josh Allen."
Yeah.
And I love that he said that because he finally admitted what we all knew. And I feel like with Shannon on there, and I feel like Stephen A will stand up to athletes and particularly NBA players and not take any BS. I feel like his show has become more genuine, where I'll never ever forgive Bayless like that or give him any benefit of the doubt. I hate his guts, everything he stands for, and I can't say enough bad things about him. I really can't. And really the executives over there for allowing it to continue. I thought it's been a sad indictment of where our profession is with the fake garbage that is they do it. ESPN still does it with the Cowboys every damn topic. You know, I had a little falling out with Orlovsky. Not that we were tight at all, but I'm like, man, you're doing your little effing gimmick. I didn't believe it at first because I think Dan is a genuinely nice guy, but I'm like, you know, we're gonna stop trying to have you on, man, because this Cowboy thing is good for y'all's business. They talk more Cowboys on ESPN than we talk on this radio. Swear to God. And we're the Cowboys flagship. They talk more Cowboys than we do.